The scale and pace of human-induced climate change is unprecedented. Global average temperatures are rising, and extreme events such as heat waves, heavy rain, and droughts are becoming more frequent. This will have a devastating impact on low and middle-income countries. Agricultural sectors, dependent on weather and climatic conditions, are highly vulnerable. With major climatic changes now inevitable and irreversible, adaptation is critically important to maintain and support livelihoods. At the International Growth Centre, we've written a report that looks to understand the challenge of agricultural adaptation and what policymakers can do to support it. We came up with 4 key messages, which inform our policy recommendations. 1. Climate change will make agriculture less productive. Changes in temperatures and precipitation directly affect agricultural growing conditions and production. Across the globe, higher temperatures could cause significant reductions in yields for major crops. This impact is expected to be greater in tropical and subtropical regions, where most developing countries are located. Alongside this, greater variation in weather patterns will cause more uncertainty over what type of weather to expect and how best to prepare for it. In semi-arid regions such as the Sahel and the Horn of Africa, heavier seasonal rainfalls can cause flooding and damage to crops, while droughts can lead to famines. The prevalence of subsistence farming, food insecurity, and extreme poverty across the developing world make millions acutely vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. Lower or more variable agricultural output will have significant ramifications for economic development and livelihoods. 2. Adapting to higher weather variability will be more challenging than adapting to increases in average temperature. The process of adaptation will typically incur costs, and just like other agricultural outcomes, the implications for farmers' profits will depend on the weather. Ex-ante adaptation occurs on the basis of expected weather changes and should allow a greater range of adjustment, but could lead to greater losses if these changes do not materialise. On the other hand, ex-post adaptation occurs once the weather or climate has changed, but as a result, likely limits the range or effectiveness of possible adjustments. Greater weather variability will increase the likelihood of suffering losses from ex-ante adaptation, and as such may discourage adjustment, but ex-post solutions will be inadequate to address increasingly extreme weather. Underpinning the efficiency of these decisions is the importance of information and expectations, and the capacity to alleviate risk and respond to shocks. 3. More accurate weather forecasts can help farmers make more profitable decisions. Expectations of future weather inform the investment and production decisions of farmers. These decisions are already beset by substantial cost and risk, making it difficult for farmers to estimate the returns to their investments. Increased weather variation from climate change will make it more challenging to form accurate expectations and less likely that investment returns are realised. But better weather forecasting can help, with research showing that greater access to and accuracy of weather information can increase profitability on average. Weather and climate information services, which package and deliver weather information to farmers, have become an increasingly popular policy tool in low and middle-income countries. Whilst more accurate weather forecasts can help profitability on average, greater weather variability will still cause more profit variability, requiring further mechanisms to help cope with shocks. 4. Market mechanisms that lower agricultural risk can lead to greater investment and better management of shocks. More risk and uncertainty in agriculture will threaten the yields and incomes of farmers on a more frequent basis, requiring strategies that can help limit the impact that volatile incomes will have on their livelihoods. Greater risk may impede investment by farmers. Research has found that farmers who face more rainfall variability may underinvest and less readily adopt profitable technologies. Weather-based insurance can encourage larger and riskier investments, but demand for these products will be informed by its design. Credit can help incentivize riskier investment and smooth consumption following a shock, through products such as guaranteed credit lines, loans synchronized with incomes, or low-cost and secure savings accounts. With this evidence in mind, we've highlighted 4 areas for policy action. 1. Improve the quality of national weather and climate information. Investing in national weather infrastructure can pay for itself by helping to avoid asset and well-being losses, together with gains in productivity. 2. Evaluate how weather and climate information can be best delivered. weather and climate services offer a promising way to utilise existing IT and communications infrastructure to deliver tailored information to farmers. It's important to understand what types of services can be most effective in different contexts. 3. Design viable insurance products. Weather index insurance products can be an effective tool to mitigate risk and support investment. Currently, the feasibility of these products is questioned due to demand constraints and a lack of uptake. These constraints could be alleviated through better product design, pricing, or communication. 4. Develop flexible and tailored credit markets. Credit and insurance can complement each other to incentivize borrowing and riskier investment. To alleviate the impact of greater weather variability, credit products should offer flexibility or a closer alignment with agricultural income. Policymakers should work with financial providers and farmers to understand how these products can be adapted to local needs. Policymakers will need to understand which interventions will work best in their context, given the substantial heterogeneity across agricultural sectors in the developing world. Adaptation will build a more resilient agricultural sector that can better grow and develop. This will support the structural transformation that is needed in the developing world, leading to more prosperous and less precarious economies.